fine midnight. I want to walk around a little bit here. I think tonight is the last time I'm going to talk about the Supreme Court stuff, so that's over with. But tonight, right now, I want to talk about why conspiracy theories are so intriguing. Now, we all have that favorite, or we have that one favorite conspiracy theory, or we'll have like a top 5 or top 10 list of our favorite conspiracy theories. And I was on the Quinn Michael YouTube channel, and really interesting. And he was talking about dark sec or something like that, and finds out he's a Romanov. It's kind of like being a Desmond Miles, and you realize you're part of an ancient order that goes back thousands of years and stuff. So, like, whoa, that's some weird shit there, man. And there are actually living descendants of the Romanov family from Tsar Nicholas I. And this guy, he's making, like, but you have to really pay attention and listen, though. And um one of my favorite, I mentioned, we all have that one, or like a top 5 or top 10 conspiracy theories. Now, one of them for me is the mystery around the Romanovs. And I've always loved history. I've always loved history. Period. Now, the CIA has their hand in everything, and we all know who the CIA works for. We all know, and what the fuck? And so, the CIA has their hands in everything. You know, if you go and check out Quinn Michael's channel, and actually, it has a lot to. He has about a few videos talking about the Fed Reserve, the Romanov money, and shit like that. And it's like so many members of the family that's spread out all over the place. Here in the States, the UK, you name it. And now, between the United States and Russia, human trafficking is legal in Russia, but here in the states, complete illegal. And you have to wonder how far into is the Russian mob into human trafficking and shit like that. You know. So I mean, when you think about it, you all wonder. Now we all know the Bolshevik Revolution. Okay, happened, which caused the fall of the Romanov family that held the throne for many years. You know, for many years. You know, and I love the family tree because any family tree you have, there's a some kind of stuff we don't know about our ancestors and stuff. You know, we don't know them that much. So I have 3 books that thick of my family tree. Now I'm a descendant of a guy that he's a lord, but not royalty. He's a lord. Some Lord Baxter or something, you know, trying to remember. But his family disinherited him because he married an Irish woman. Ain't that crazy? And so there's things that I kind of take a little bit with a grain of salt. And when I learned I was related to Winston Churchill, I was like, bullshit. Okay. Time out. If I'm related to the guy, which side of the family am I related to? The guy himself. Bullshit. So I'm I'm sitting here doing a little research. I have a weird family tree. I learned that Churchill's father was Randolph Spencer Churchill, and he was a royal Freemason. I mean this. I was like, bullshit, but I dug more into my research. The name Spencer. Now, keep that name in mind. Winston Churchill and his dad are ancestors, and we all know who. Remember the name Spencer, okay? Who has the name Spencer, right? And I'm thinking here. Okay, now I'm trying to look deep in this connection here, but every conspiracy theory has this weird blunder of the words "what the fuck" in it, with the question mark. Now that's like learning that every president in the United States are all related. Bullshit. You know. I've always been a fan of a good conspiracy theory, old school. Okay, old school. Not. Again, let me rephrase. I'm a big fan of a really good old school conspiracy theory, like Roswell, the JFK assassination, the the MLK assassination. All that shit. Watergate kind of thing. Not none of this crap we have now. Because to me, it's more like you want to believe that there's something there, right? Something there, and the three letters are always in that conspiracy theory. CIA, FBI. What the fuck? But it's it's like they don't want you to know. Well, it's just obvious, It's obvious, but you look at like, okay, well, why is this a conspiracy theory, or why is this a conspiracy theory? I mean, it's kind of like 9/11. We think we know what happened, but actually, it's still debated. It's like every single conspiracy theory is debated on every one. Roswell, JFK assassination, the death of Marilyn Monroe, the 27 Club. It's all debated. And the reason I like the 27 Club conspiracy theory is that you have these artists that are worth more dead than alive. Okay, Tupac was 25 when he died. Okay, 25. So he wouldn't be considered a member of that 27 Club, but he was highly influential in hip hop, because he was kind of like the modern day poet. The poet that the words were like gravity and pull people in. But we all know that just like Tupac and Biggie, there's always that people saying, well, CIA did it. The FBI did it. Um, time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. Okay. But when it comes to Tupac and Biggie, Suge Knight's name kept being thrown in each and every time. Suge. Suge Knight this, Suge Knight that. But see, and for a while, I fell for it. The whole, Suge did this shit. No, but the thing is, Compton PD and LAPD. Okay. Now, and also Reggie Wright Jr., because he was head of security for Death Row Records. He was the head security guy, and plus he was banging the wife of Suge Knight, driving her car and shit. I mean, there are so many conspiracy theories there. I mean, within the last, I would say, 100 years. Okay, 100 years or more. Because we all want to believe something, even though it don't add up, But check out Quinn Michaels' channel. It is like really interesting. I mean, like if you really pay attention, Romanov, dark dark secret agents, heir to the Romanov throne. Um, Now, there's always this one question: Will there, will it, well, is there going to be an heir that would actually step up and take the throne? Because that's a good question there. Because in fact, if you think about it, the Russian monarchy isn't really dead. It's just kind of in hiatus and shit. But I mean, you have these other royal families, one in Germany, Netherlands, Sweden. Um, I mean, you don't hear about it in France. You know, I mean, the descendants of King Louis and Marie Antoinette, their descendants still alive. They got some. They're still, but they don't use the title, and whatnot. So some have connections to a royal family, but they don't use the title because it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. But I think I've always liked a good myth or legend kind of thing because because in your mind it takes you to it takes you on an odyssey in your mind, and you kind of sit there and you think and wonder, what is no like what is um the connection to this or that or A B C whatever. Um, I mean, there's always that one question out there for any conspiracy theory. 9/11, Waco, Ruby Ridge. All that shit. I would love to build a time machine and go back to the '90s, just for one day. For one day. But to me, if I did that, holy crap, gotta go to school. No, I don't want to go to school. Why? Been there, done that, man. Holy crap, dude. I mean, could you imagine go back in time and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up. Leave me alone. Let me sleep. It's the weekend. No, it's Monday morning, asshole. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You can't go to school. Oh, fuck that shit. I'm going back to sleep. you know? I mean, could you imagine that shit? Go back in time and you like, wake up in your own bed and you're like, wake up. What time is it? 7 o'clock. Oh, fuck. It's like you don't want to relive that shit, man. You don't want to relive it, but the thing is, that's like the whole Rodney King thing, man. Like nobody wants to relive that. Nobody wants to relive that. But even though it happened 30 years ago, and but people remember it. They remember they remember what happened that day, man. I mean, that year, dude. Like, what the fuck's going on here, man? Like, what the hell? And I mean, it's all this craziness, man. All this crazy shit, and you're wondering, do I want to go back in time and relive that shit all over again? Fuck no, hell no, you know. And do I want to go back in time and relive hearing about that Tupac just died? Or do I want to go back in time and relive hearing about Eazy-E passing away? No. You leave it alone. You've been there, done that, you heard that shit, man. I was like, dude, really? Yeah, daddy, man, what? AIDS? What the fuck? And but the whole AIDS thing about Eazy-E, I mean, Suge Knight, what he did on Jimmy Kimmel's show, dude. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing, man? Like, what the hell? And he's talking about how he said how people would take like syringes of blood, like, well, you know, the whole AIDS thing, you know how I got it, tainted needle by a syringe, and I mean, by him saying that right there, it kind of got like thinking, wait a minute. He went in for a bronchial asthma type thing, you know. Then all of a sudden, they took him straight up to 2 floors up. Why? Because he has AIDS. Like, what the fuck? Bullshit. Then all of a sudden, you're like 24, 40 hours later, breaking news, gangster rapper Eazy died of AIDS. And I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. And then, like, not even a couple years later, you hear about Tupac dying, you know, getting shot, you know. He was in that Beamer that Suge drove, you know. Somebody in a black Impala. The black Impalas were very common. I mean, that body style, though. And very, very fast, too, man. Holy crap, man. Those cars were freaking quick. Supercharged, holy fucking A. You know. Now, the Impala from 96, no, wait. The Impala from 94 to 96 shared the same body style as the Caprice. Same engine, but the Impala was faster than the Caprice. Unless you're driving a NC1, was it a 9 NC, was it NC 97, now the Capri and Impala had the same engine. Okay, it's a Corvette engine. The Capri had a detuned version of it, a detuned, but the Impala had the supercharger on it. That thing would smoke that car would smoke anything if it wanted to. It just added a few things, you know, intercooler, air intake, you know, because it was putting out the same horsepower as the Corvette, because the Corvette had the same engine, 350, and they put out 350. No, it had a 350. It was an LT1. Put out 325, and that was a pretty good engine, because the Firebird with the WS6 had a ram air system on it. It had a same engine, same horsepower. The Camaro had the same engine. So did the Buick Roadmaster had that engine too. and you know, so Black Impala came by, shot up Biggie. Holy crap! But what car shot up, drove by, and shot at Tupac and Suge? I mean, there were so many questions. Was there a hit on Tupac or Suge or both? Because Compton PD, LAPD, and LVPD were both involved in the investigation, but the LVPD wasn't getting any help from the Compton PD or the LAPD, you know. Because there was a lot of corruption in Compton PD as well as LAPD, which LAPD is still corrupt and shit, you know. They've had bad apples for years, even in the sheriff department, you know. Now, one of the, to me, this is like one of the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the biggest, and this was like October of 2017, 5 years ago. Um, the the shooting in Vegas, you know, like, I mean, fuck, 59 people dead, over 100 injured. Holy crap! But what's the real problem was you had the sheriff, the sheriff, man, you know, the sheriff, you know, and that dude was crookeder. I mean, the guy was so crooked. The guy could actually run for office and actually win if he had some kickbacks and shit, you know. Because the Vegas the shooting in Vegas, something was really hinky back then too, because it was 5 months prior to the shooting in Parkland, Florida, Broward County, and stuff. So now it's kind of funny because it's like 5 months apart, October to February. That's 5 months apart, you know, and it still don't add up at all, you know. I mean, you have the sheriff, you know, the chief of police, not sheriff, the chief of police, LVMPD, Las Vegas Metro Police Department, and shit. LVMPD is just like fucking LA, Compton, fucking Fresno, dude. Corrupt as fuck, man. Big time, dude. Chicago PD is one of the worst ones, and NYPD is also one of the worst ones, too. Holy fucking shit, man. Holy crap. And that shooting in Vegas, you know, the shooter's brother, they interviewed him at least 2 or 3 times. But the last time after he talked to the press, out of the blue, he was arrested. But why? You know, he was talking about his brother, you know, and all of a sudden, the guy was arrested for talking to the press. And they said he was arrested on child pornography charges. Now, that for me is a red flag right there. Because he talked to the press, And he talked about his brother, his mom, his brother's girlfriend, and then after the third time, out of nowhere, I'm not buying the child pornography charge. I'm not, because after that you don't hear from him ever again. Because if that was something huge, it'll be on the news, on the internet, and shit. But it's been what, 5 years? Was it 5 years? 5 years, and you still don't hear from the guy, or even about the guy. Like, I think they arrested him to shut him up because he knew something. You know, if you know something, and the press is like getting some good shit, and it's too fucking good, they're going to end up arresting you falsely, just to shut you up. You know, and I'm not buying that child pornography crap because the guy was talking about his brother. This is like 24, 48 hours, even 3 days after the shooting in Vegas. Man, like, holy crap. And they're throwing out conspiracy theories on Jason Aldean because he was performing in Vegas. It's like right before the shooting started, that dude took off. And that, I don't know. I don't believe that, but I don't know, because they showed a video of Jason Aldean performing. Then all of a sudden, he looked up, took off stage. Now sudden, like, what the fuck, dude? Holy crap, man! And they were giving Trump a bunch of shit about that shooting. Like, what are you gonna do, Mr. President? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? And it's like, they're going to get on his ass whether he says anything or not to say anything. But Las Vegas LVMPD is fucking crooked, dude. Crooked department, I tell you. Very crooked. The chief is very fucking crooked, man. Let me tell you something about the LVNPD chief here. There was a documentary that was done about LVMPD, and one of the parts of it was this guy. He was teaching a class, and the people were they could get a concealed carry permit, and it was doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden, that the LVMPD got involved, and the chief shut him down, and revoked every permit. Now, why would a chief do that? Why would the LVMPD chief do that? The guy was teaching a course where people would get a chance to get a concealed permit to carry. Now, stop and think for a moment here, okay? Stop and think for a moment here. Then all of a sudden, the same chief got involved in a real estate bullshit. He stayed head of that department because his wife had a child with a business partner of his. And he married her. And she has a child with the partner. Now, how does somebody save, like really invest in real estate? You buy property in a house. You get somebody in their name to kind of hold on to it before you sell it off, before you take it and sell it off. The LVMPD chief was like, "It's crooked, man." I mean, you think the sheriff of LSPD, LASD is crooked. The chief of police in Vegas, he's even worse. Holy crap, man. It's a six-part. It is a six-part documentary, and it won an award for best documentary. And the guy couldn't show it in Vegas. The guy couldn't show it in Nevada. It wasn't allowed to. He tried theaters in other parts of Nevada, but it's like every time there's an event, show the footage, two officers from the LVMPD shows up, shuts it down. Why? The police chief don't like criticism. He hates criticism. Whether you're a police chief or a sheriff, and if you don't like criticism from anybody, guess what? They're going to retaliate against you. Don't matter what about. The way they treat people, the way they take people's shit through as a forfeiture, all crap, like they don't like criticism, man. They don't like it. Well, I mean, law enforcement is freaking crazy, man. You have bad apples that make good cops look bad, Now, the whole conspiracy theory over. Now, LAPD back in '68 when RFK was assassinated. Okay, Sirhan Sirhan didn't fucking do it. Here's a guy. He's in his 70s, man. In his 70s. Okay. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, denied him parole. Now, Sirhan Sirhan was in prison for 53 years. Okay, 53 years. He was granted parole. But the governor denied that. Why? Why would Gavin Newsom deny Sirhan Sirhan parole, even though it was granted? Granted, by the way. Now, about that, now the place where the shooting happened, the building was torn down completely. Now, all the evidence was thrown out, was destroyed, destroyed and shit. Now, any kind of evidence, any kind of evidence of any assassination of anybody of importance, like RFK, JFK, MLK, um, anybody, political, military, anybody, journalists, writers, you name it. Okay, the evidence is completely destroyed. Like, for example, the window on Kennedy's limo, the Lincoln Connell limo. When someone pointed out the window that there's a hole in the windshield, one of the Secret Service guys jumped in the car and hauled ass completely. Now, if I will be honest with you right now. If I went back in time to that moment, I would have grabbed my phone and took a picture of the windshield completely. Completely. And of course, I'll probably be sought after. Have you seen this guy? Is that Bigfoot? When did Bigfoot have a camera? But, what's funny is that conspiracy theories are intriguing but kind of funny on so many levels here. Not humor wise, but kind of funny. Kind of, not haha, but kind of, funny, I've always liked. I don't know if you could call this a conspiracy theory or what, but would you consider a haunted car a conspiracy theory? For example, here, the car owned by Fritz Ferdinand way before World War One. The guy was shot. Okay, him and his wife was shot and killed. Okay, shot and killed, and which started World War One. Now his car went through. I would say, I'll probably think that. I'll say what 10 owners, and the last one said, "Fuck it, don't want it." Now, is that telling you guys something or what? The car went through 10 owners. The last one said, "Fuck it, I don't want nothing to do with the car." But the car itself is in a museum. Like, holy crap. Now, one of my favorite car mysteries is the little bastard, James Dean's car. I had a copy at one time, and I will not lie. I had a copy of a speeding ticket from 1955. Okay? And name, date, birthday, time, you name it. It was a bottom it was the bottom part it was the bottom part of a ticket stub where an officer gave him a ticket, but it was a yellow sheet. And I tell you what, if a collector had that, I tell you what, that part there would be worth money right now. Money. Oh yeah, that would have been worth some goddamn money. If anybody had the actual traffic ticket that James Dean signed, do you know how much that thing would be worth right now? The actual, the actual traffic ticket that James Dean got while driving the little bastard. You know. And I tell you what, even if he owned the yellow part of the tickets thing, even that could be worth some money, too. And I tell you what, man, like, dude, fucking A, man. But the all-time question is, where is the car? Where is the little bastard? Inquiring minds want to know. I would bet anything that if you had the part of the car, say engine, transmission, I bet you would see James Dean's ghost. The car's haunted, dude. I mean, shit. Think about it. If you own a part of the car, say like an axle, engine, transmission, steering wheel, a seat, actually a seat, you would probably see his ghost pissed off at you for, where's my fucking car? You know. But here's another question. Where's the truck that carried the car? I mean, the car didn't. I mean, you couldn't drive it. Car was. It was like unoperable. You can't drive it. You know. But where's the truck that had the car in the back? Also, what happened to James Dean's headstone? The big old mold of his head. That went gone too. But I have a theory. I think somebody from a studio took the car and hit it. Hit it somewhere. But nobody's saying anything. But the question is, why did they steal the car in the first place? What would they benefit from stealing the car? You know, could it be sentimental value? Could it be some kind of, I mean, was there a backdoor deal on stealing the car and sending it off someplace? Could be in someone's basement in their house or some sort like that, or barn. I mean, there's a guy that came forward about a few years ago and admitted that his dad has the car, but he wouldn't say where it's at. I mean, do you think that if his dad stole the car, do you think that maybe it should go back to the rightful owner because his dad doesn't really own the car, and you yourself you're holding on to a stolen property? You know, you don't own it. It's stolen. It's been stolen. It was stolen over 65 years, over 60 plus years ago. Do you think that you know? I think the reason that he's saying it is because he wants, like, I don't know, but if it is someplace, where is it? And why did the person that drove the truck take the truck and the car in the first place? Why? You know, I mean, but of course, it's the statute the statute's up, probably up. You know, stolen car. You know, is it still a crime? Can somebody be placed under arrest and charged with theft and shit? You know, um, I don't know, but probably the statute of limitations already up. You know, probably, I don't know, but again, there are so many intriguing conspiracy theories ever. You know, like if if you had one, what would you say is your all-time favorite old school conspiracy theory? I me I me I would say of all time the JFK assassination, because it's something about the assassination of Kennedy is we all have these theories on who's involved, why, who set it up, you know, but let's see what involved. LBJ, the mob, CIA. I mean, it is a fact the mob was involved. The mob was involved because Robert Kennedy was going after the mob, but the mob wanted to take out Robert Kennedy, but they said, let's go after something bigger, president. And so Jack Ruby, he was a mob guy himself. He knew Oswald when he was a kid, so there was a Ruby Oswald connection there. And is Jack, because Oswald used to frequent Jack Ruby's nightclub when it when he was younger, and Oswald was also a CIA guy, so, and he worked on the Oswald worked on different things with CIA. You know, he worked in the lab, or they were working on some scientific shit. You know, um, but why he was a patsy? You know, he went to Russia for a while, got a job, renounced his citizenship, became a Russian citizen of Russia, worked in a plant, did not like working there, but why did he go to Russia anyway? He was a communist. He was the guy. He was penning out pamphlets in Dallas. You know, for communist. I mean, my theory is that he was a patsy because he had communist views. He was a communist within the CIA. He was a communist. Um, that was a loose end, maybe. And they needed to tie off the loose end by having Jack Ruby take out Oswald, because Oswald was a patsy. He was a patsy. And now here's a question I got. If Oswald killed Kennedy, okay, now this don't make any sense. Then why did James Files from the grassy knoll fire one shot from the fireball, hit Kennedy right above the eye? James Files admitted he was the guy behind the grassy knoll. And someone found a casing with bite marks in it circa 1962, but it was used in 63. The fireball was a handgun with a scope on it, and one shot could blow a melon into pieces and shit, you know. Fucking crazy though, man. Holy crap. But the thing is, if you ask yourself, why now? I'll tell you why. James Files was in prison for a while. And as long as he was in there, they couldn't touch him. So a couple of FBI guys went in there to interview him. And they were caught by the warden. Aha. Fuck you. No, he talked about a lot of shit, you know. And anyone who was involved in the Bay of Pigs, most of them are gone. They're dead. Um, Dead or just no. But if Oswald killed Kennedy, the way we were told, okay, Oswald couldn't fire a shot from the grassy knoll because he'd have to be the Flash just to go from the depository to the grassy knoll, and all of a sudden, pew, one shot, we're done it, you know. But he pretty much admitted to killing, to firing a shot that blew up Kennedy's head, man. And just seeing that Zapruder film, holy crap, man. Oh, dude, man. Just seeing that shot, man. Like, holy crap, dude. One shot. Man. Fucking insane, dude. Fucking insane, man. Really insane. But I'm still liking the Roswell one too, man. It was no aliens. It was aliens. It was dummies. Yeah, dummies saying there are no aliens. There was no ship. Only dummies. Well, yeah, that's you. I would love to go to Roswell in that area to find any if there's any pieces left in the dirt. I mean, can you imagine taking a metal detector in an area, kind of find some metal? Man, I tell you what, that would be like freaky as hell if you find a piece of part of the craft, man. I tell you what, dude, holy crap, man. Holy crap, man, finding a piece that big. What is it? Is that an alien dildo? No. Looks like a key for a butt plug. No, that's aliens double dong. Are you sure? Yeah. Why is there a buzzer? I don't know. But I mean, even back then, even to this day, I mean, people are like alien bona fide, dude. Like, holy crap, man. Because back in the day, I mean, you had people really alien bona fide, dude. Like, fucking A, man. Is it ET? Swing! Is that a ship? No. I mean, there's things we all remember. I mean, in the sky, and it's burned in the back of our minds, man. It's burned in the back of our minds for a long goddamn time. You know. Just that. I mean, any good any good old school conspiracy theory is always there, man. We all have their favorite ones, but we always linger on one that always we have in the back of our minds, and we sit there, like literally sit there, and still wondering like what happened, who ordered it, how was it orchestrated? I mean, who started it, who ordered it, who organized it, and who approved it. Most of them are gone, man. Most of them are dead. Some that are alive, they just I don't want to talk. Leave me head alone. All right, folks, this is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and it is the Anonymous Republic Network. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.